Hello, and thank you for your interest in the Sanders County Community Wildfire Protection Plan. This presentation will be an overview of the draft, which has been posted for public review during the public comment period spanning January and February of 2026. More information and details are included in the following. My name is Allie Hendricks, and I'm an environmental scientist with the consulting firm DJ&A, who was hired by Sanders County to help them and the core team deliver the CWPP. I'll be giving a short introduction about the CWPP and some of the key components that relate to it, as well as an overview and orientation of the CWPP document and other digital resources. Before we dive into the details, we want to be sure to acknowledge the core advisory team consisting of representatives from your community, people that live and work in Sanders County and are invested in a CWPP that is effective and useful for all members of the county. And this process has taken approximately a year, consisting of regular meetings and conversations, collaboration, sharing data and ideas, and we are very grateful for the time and investment that all of the members have put forth throughout the process, and we know that it has resulted in an excellent plan that will hopefully serve the county for years to come. So thank you. And thank you to Sanders County for securing the grant funding to update the CWPP and being a leader throughout this process. So what is a CWPP? A CWPP helps communities plan for, respond to, and recover from wildfire events. These plans focus on identifying and addressing the local threat of wildfire. CWPPs determine what is at risk and provide a roadmap of actions for the community to address its wildfire risk. The process of developing a CWPP can help a community clarify and refine its priorities for the protection of life, property, and critical infrastructure in the wildland-urban interface, or WUI, as well as identified priority areas. The benefits of having an updated CWPP, that is one that is 5 to 10 years old, is that it can address the current wildfire risk, and specifically in Sanders County's case, the increasing wildfire risk. It can facilitate access to funding sources. It empowers the community to identify current priority projects and fosters collaboration with various agencies and stakeholders. Another important component of CWPPs is that they are planning documents and that they are not legally binding. CWPPs may vary, but there are some key components that are found in most, including an introduction and background, a wildland-urban interface and risk assessment, implementation, goals, objectives, and strategies, an action table, map sets, and the wildland-urban interface and priority areas summary table. All of these components can be found in the updated CWPP for Sanders County. Once you've downloaded the CWPP document, there are some key components that we'd like to orient you to that will help you successfully navigate the report. There are 3 sections, Section 1 being Introduction and Background, Section 2 addressing the wildland-urban interface and wildfire risk assessment, and Section 3 Implementation. There's also virtual CWPP resources consisting of an online story map, which contains additional information that we will orient you to in the following slides. A key component of any CWPP is the identification of priority areas. These are strategic locations where mitigations have the most potential to effectively reduce wildfire risk. These areas are identified through analysis of overlapping data layers we term priority elements, and that reveals high priority locations for wildfire risk reduction mitigations. These priority elements are identified and developed through collaboration with the core team, the public, and other stakeholders. Some examples of these include WUI, ingress and egress routes, certain fuels, isolated communities, structures, and utilities. And when put together, we have developed a heat map that you see on the right, where the more warm colors, yellow being very high and purple being less high. Public feedback is an integral component of any CWPP. Earlier in the process, we hosted a variety of in-person public meetings throughout the county to receive early feedback prior to developing the draft. And now that the draft has been completed, we are looking for additional feedback during the 30-day public comment period, which occurs between January 23rd and February 22nd of 2026. The first step is to review the draft CWPP, which is posted to the Sanders County CWPP story map. The URL for that is linked on the left under step 1. Step 2, once you've reviewed that CWPP, is to submit any comments you may have using the public feedback form between January 23rd and February 22nd. This form is online and can be accessed by either scanning the QR code on the right with your smartphone device or by entering the URL below that QR code into your web browser. This is an excellent opportunity to review the CWPP and make sure your voice is heard. Your feedback and recommendations help create a CWPP that accurately reflects the unique needs, priorities, and characteristics of your community. This screen recording gives a snapshot of the ArcGIS story map, which shows information about the Sanders County CWPP. This is an interactive web page that has a variety of different sources and links and graphics that can help you orient to the CWPP process, learn more, dive in where you'd like. We've also included frequently asked questions, a little map of fire history throughout the county, and details regarding public engagement and how you can participate. This is also the only place that you can download the CWPP document. So we will look at that more closely as we scroll through this story map. Once you click on the CWPP report, it will automatically download. You can either access that download through your web browser as shown here, or you can go to your file explorer on your computer, go to downloads, and it will be in there. And you can open that in any type of Adobe PDF or PDF reader that you may have. This screen recording gives a snapshot of the ArcGIS story map, which shows information about the Sanders County CWPP. This is an interactive web page that has a variety of different sources and links and graphics that can help you orient to the CWPP process, learn more, dive in where you'd like. We've also included frequently asked questions, a little map of fire history throughout the county, and details regarding public engagement and how you can participate. This is also the only place that you can download the CWPP document. So we will look at that more closely as we scroll through this story map. This timeline outlines the next steps
Once
to the
you
CWPP
click on
as
the
we near the end
report,
of this year.
it will automatically
download. You can either access that download through your web browser, as shown here, end on February,
or you can go
22nd,
to your
file explorer
and
on your
in April
computer,
of 2026,
go to downloads,
after
and
making
it will be
revisions
in there,
and incorporating
and you
your
can open
feedback,
that in
we will
any
have
type
a
of
final
Adobe
CWPP
PDF
which will
or
be
PDF
eligible
reader
for
that you may
adoption by
have.
Sanders County.